Hi, buddy. Welcome once again. Now, today I want to share with you some tips on how you can start savings or saving for an investment. Now, through my experience of doing business online, I've encountered challenges because maybe you can make money online, but at the end of the day, you realize that you haven't done with it anything tangible. So I've gained some experience, and of course I've gained some knowledge, and that's why I want to share with you just basically a few tips on how you can do the saving. Now, it's not really an easy thing because always you can always make 3 steps in front and then 4 steps back, but ideally as you progress I should have maybe mastered the skills. So ideally I have to have 7 tips or the same, right? So number one is that you need to write down your financial needs and goals, right? This will be guided by several questions that you need to ask yourself. For instance, why do you want to start investing? We normally say you have to start with the end in mind, right? I want to build, I want to buy a car, right? I want to purchase a house, and so many things, right? So you need to ask yourself why you need to invest. Then later on you have to ask yourself, how much money do you have saved, or do you have to save for the investment, right? So if it costs, let's say roughly 300,000 to purchase a piece of land, maybe you can now break it down. Maybe how will you save towards this 300,000? Maybe is it monthly, is it weekly, right? So that you attain the amount of money you need. So the other question to guide us is, have you built your emergency fund to help you invest comfortably? Now we need to have some source of fund known as emergency, so that if anything goes wrong within our investment journey, we can always backtrack and get ourselves moving forward once again. So the other question is, what type of investment do you want to go for, right? So we need to ask ourselves, and this one can be broken down into short-term investment, long-term investment, and so on. So once you understand your investment cost and know how to allocate your investment assets, remember, when you know your financial needs and goals, you are able to save with a clear vision in mind. So this first step or tip is very, very important, because if we don't get it right, then the other steps or the other tips are not going to work out. So the second tip is create a budget. So creating a budget is another important step that cannot be overlooked when you are saving for an investment. Since this will be an additional expense, you'll need to slot it in your expense list and allocate some money that will be going towards saving. So why do we do this? Because it helps gain a clear understanding of all our sources of income, including salaries, bonuses, as well as other expenses. Now, if along the way you realize that you have to maybe spend unnecessary on some expenses, you can cut them down. Reducing your spending will help you save more towards an investment. A budget is a very important guide, right? Because it's the one that's going to knock you. If you go towards west a lot, it returns you to the center, right? So it kind of micromanages how you spend your money, you save, and so on. So create a budget. Thirdly, set savings goals, right? So setting a saving goal will help you stay focused and motivated on the savings plan that you have for an investment. So like I said previously on the investment, you do not need to have a lot of money to start investing. Once you have identified your investment of choice, decide how much amount of money you are going to save until the deadline. And I gave you the example of purchasing a piece of land, right? So depending on investment of choice, you can even start by saving 5,000 in the stock market. You can even do some investment or save in money market funds. If you look at my previous videos, I've talked about the different ways that you can save. There are quite a number. We have pension fund, equity fund, all these allows you to save. Now fourth, open savings account, right? So opening a separate and locked savings account is the best route to follow in if you want to save for an investment first. Actually, it reinforces another concept that we're going to look at. That some of us who are not disciplined, right? So it's better to open a savings account and lock it for a period of time. Let's say like 6 months. You're not going to withdraw anything, yeah, until you attain your goal, right? So you can open a savings account to attain bank, and you can always opt for mobile money saving apps, which is easier, right? So if you have some cash, you can just quickly save. And I think we have these options, like we have the Mali Unit Trust. It gives you an option to save, yeah. Even most banks, they have the mobile app option, so you can still use the bank, right? So once you have successfully opened your savings account, start depositing your savings and watch it grow. The fifth one, or the fifth tip, automate your savings. Now, what do you mean by automating your savings? Now, if for example you are a salaried person, let's say you get some income from your job, let's say your salary is 50,000. So what you can do is always to link your salary with maybe a SACCO, so that it gets deducted some amount, maybe 20%. Before the amount reaches your account, the other saving has parted ways, yeah. So you automate it so that at least you don't squander everything once they reach your account, right? So example is direct deposit from your paycheck to your savings account, or to your investment account will help you avoid the anxiety that comes with unexpected expenditure. Actually, yes, as long as money reaches your account, you'll always have that urge. Sometimes we talk about impulse buying. Something comes up and you use the money. So this allows you to save money much faster. I remember I used to, when I was still employed, nowadays I'm self-employed, but when I was employed, I used to direct my SACCO to deduct my salary, some percentage, automatically, right? 6, invest in a diversified portfolio. We have talked about this. If you have been following me for a while, I've mentioned this. It's a very good strategy in investment, yeah. We talked of something called balanced fund and something. Now, after saving enough money, it's time to start investing. So as you invest, remember it's important to build a diverse investment portfolio. So for example, you can build your investment portfolio by including stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and so on. So diversifying your portfolio will not only help you reduce the risk, but also ensures that your investment goals are realized, right? Very good. Lastly, stay disciplined, right? I think I mentioned this at some point. Discipline is very, very crucial. It's very, very crucial. I mean, just stay focused. So saving money is a great financial habit that should be learned by any person at any stage of our lives. So at the end of the day, what really matters is not how much money you can save, but really how consistent you are with saving. It's the same thing, like if you want to lose weight, right? So you tell yourself, I'll be waking up every day at 5 a.m., right? So are you going to maintain that? So it requires discipline. The same thing, yeah, the same thing with saving for investment. It requires discipline, right? So stay committed to your savings goal, and of course you realize the benefits, right? So I hope these 7 tips are somehow beneficial to you as an individual who is starting to invest, right? So if you have any questions or suggestions, I just share them within the description. All right, thanks.